guys, welcome back to the SUPES channel. My name is Matthew Ramos, and on this channel I am to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, today we're here to break down the Loki trailer. Out of all of the goodies that we got yesterday at Marvel's Disney Investor Day, we got so many goodies regarding the future of Marvel and what's to come, and I'm going to be breaking down a ton more things, such as the Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer, the WandaVision trailer, and all of the announcements of everything that's happening in their Disney Plus shows as well as their movies. So make sure to hit that bell notification on my channel to get notified when those videos go up. But out of all of the madness that went down yesterday, one of the biggest things was the Loki trailer. And there were so many different shots in the Loki trailer that set up what's coming for the future of the MCU. So because I think it's so important to talk about it, that's why we're starting off by breaking the Loki trailer. So let's break it down. So when Kevin Feige walked out to talk about the Loki series, right before he played the trailer, the first thing he did was talk about the cast, Loki, Tom Hiddleston himself coming back to play the character, and then he was talking about how this is going to be, they're stepping into a new genre for the MCU, so this is going to be a completely different style of Marvel filmmaking with the Loki series. This isn't going to be your traditional MCU style TV series because they're doing something very similar to WandaVision, and that WandaVision is doing a sitcom style series. That's something that we've never seen from the Marvel Universe before. Well, with this Loki series, they're stepping into a new genre, which is the crime thriller. And Kevin Feige described that the Loki series is going to be a crime thriller centered around Loki and him navigating and just going mad, and just madness is going down in this Loki series. And that's what Kevin Feige described the series to be. So I'm super excited to see Tom Hiddleston returning to the role of Loki and just causing madness everywhere he goes. So this Loki trailer started off showing the clip from Avengers Endgame, where Tony Stark is walking with the Tesseract, only to be obliterated by the Hulk, and then Loki takes the Tesseract and goes through a portal to somewhere else, where we see where Loki lands, and he lands in a desert. And that's the first thing. That was probably the most important thing from this trailer, to notify the general audience that this isn't the Loki that we've grown to love over the course of the past decade from the Marvel movies. This isn't the Loki from the Thor movies, from Avengers, from Thor the Dark World, from Ragnarok. No, that Loki died at the hands of Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. This Loki is the version of Loki we saw escape during the events of Avengers Endgame. But then we see that Loki is quickly captured by the Time Variance Authority. And it's so awesome to see Owen Wilson play Mr. Morbius. I know that's a confusing name, but Mr. Morbius is the head of the Time Variance Authority. And what the Time Variance Authority is, they're basically like space cops who monitor time travel and prevent time paradoxes from happening to people who are traveling through multiple realities, through multiple dimensions, and just time traveling in general. They are basically time cops. And now we see in this trailer that they have captured Loki, and Owen Wilson himself will be playing Mr. Morbius, the head of the Time Variance Authority. But one thing that's important to note, because we got that crazy Fantastic Four announcement yesterday, is that the Time Variance Authority originated in Fantastic Four comics. Their original purpose was to antagonize the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. So the Time Variance Authority are very much villains and just more closely tied to the Fantastic Four than anyone else in the Marvel Universe. So the fact that they're using them in Loki goes to show us that slowly they might be building towards that Fantastic Four movie that we know is coming with the director of the Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, John Watts. Now the Loki trailer starts to pick up, and we start getting multiple different shots of people in hooded figures, which I couldn't seem to make out. But we get this shot of Loki saying the word glorious with his little accent in Avengers Tower. And you can see from the reflection, this is definitely Avengers Tower. This is the room where Hulk got Loki by the leg and just completely obliterated him, just non-stop. So Loki is back in Avengers Tower from this shot that we see in the trailer where he says the word glorious. And then we get probably the biggest thing from this trailer, which is the Council of the Kangs with this shot right here. You guys can all see carved on the wall are 3 faces. This takes me back to when they dropped that trailer for Thor Ragnarok, where we saw the faces of Beta Ray Bill and just Man-Thing and the different faces of different iconic Marvel characters on the Tower of the Collector from the Thor Ragnarok trailer. But now here we are for the trailer for Loki. And these 3 faces are the faces of Kang the Conqueror. And this makes so much sense because Kang is going to be played by Jonathan Majors in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania. So we know Kang is coming. And it's very plausible and it's very likely that we're going to see Kang once before we see him in Ant-Man and the Wasp. And this Loki series is turning out to be the best candidate for us to see Kang enter the MCU for the first time. And now on this wall, we see 3 faces of Kang because this is the Council of the Kangs. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kang the Conqueror is a time travel villain. He is always popping up in Marvel Comics because he always comes back because he's so good at just time traveling and creating different versions of themselves. And the Council of the Kangs are 3 different versions of Kang. To be honest, it's very hard to explain, but just know that it's 3 different versions of Kang, and it's very clear that on this wall, those are the 3 different versions of Kang. And to be honest, I don't know much about the Council of the Kangs, so I don't want to give you guys false information. Just know that it's 3 different versions of Kangs that come together to try to take out other versions of Kang across the entire multiverse. So this is crazy. This is our first look at Kang potentially, and our first hint of him entering the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But then we get another shot of the 3 different Kangs just standing up, full complete body statues of these 3 different versions of Kang. I know it's weird because they all have different faces, but this is how they look. Just to give you guys a picture of it, this is what the Council of the Kangs looks like in the comics, and it's clear to say that Marvel is putting their own spin on things with the Council of the Kangs entering the MCU in this Loki series. But now this trailer starts to pick up again, and we start getting so many different shots, but one shot that had us all of our hearts stopped on this shot is a shot of Black Widow on Vormir. Now, I don't know if this is Vormir. It seems to be Vormir. It looks like the setting. It looks like the rock where her and Clint were sitting right before she sacrificed herself. And oh my god, Black Widow. Who expected Black Widow to be in the freaking Loki trailer? But this was an absolute crazy shot to throw into this trailer, seeing Black Widow on Vormir, and this sparks a lot of questions. Is Black Widow still alive? Is the reason that she's on Vormir is because now she might be the new Soul Stone protector, even though the Soul Stone isn't even there anymore? Like, what is going on? Marvel just decided to throw in Black Widow into this trailer, and that's the main takeaway. Whether or not she's on Vormir, is that is Black Widow, and Black Widow is in this trailer. So a ton of questions are running through our mind, but it seems to be like that was a shot on Black Widow on Vormir. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see until this Loki series comes out, or we get some more footage from this series, to wait and see what's happening with Black Widow in this series. But the next shot we get after that Black Widow shot is a shot of Loki in a very messed up New York City. And you guys can see in the background, you guys can see Avengers Tower is there. So this is very much New York City. It's just an alternate reality or an alternate version of New York City, would be my guess. Now, as the trailer comes to an end, we see Loki hijacking a plane only to jump out of it. I'm getting very like Tom Hiddleston, James Bond vibes. There's a ton of rumors of Tom Hiddleston potentially playing the next James Bond. So he is showcasing that right here in this scene. But anyways, we see Loki call, "Brother, Heimdall, be ready." And then Loki jumps out of the plane and is taken by the freaking Bifrost. Guys, the fact that Loki said, "brother," he's talking about Thor. He also directly name dropped Heimdall. So Thor and Heimdall seem to be alive, and it seems to be that they're helping Loki as well. Now, again, it's also a possibility that Loki just called to them because, you know, he can always count on his brother and Heimdall and saving his butt every single time. But it also could be a possibility that Heimdall gets Loki with the Bifrost, and then Loki arrives on Asgard and Thor isn't there. It could just be Heimdall. And that makes a lot of sense. That probably makes the most sense. I don't think we're going to see Chris Hemsworth in the series. But with that direct name drop, we could easily see Thor in Asgard with Heimdall getting Loki from whatever he's doing over here in his show. But what a way to end this trailer by having Loki say, "Brother, Heimdall, you better be ready." And then he jumps out the plane and the freaking Bifrost. He gets taken by the Bifrost. It's something that blew me away because the fact that we could potentially see Heimdall and Thor in this series gets me so much more excited. But again, the final teaser of this trailer, after showing the title card, we see Loki surrounded by a group of goons, and he's being targeted by all of them, which again is such a Loki thing to happen to Loki. So guys, 3 biggest takeaways from this trailer, or 3 biggest moments I would say that we got pointed out in this trailer, is 1, the Council of the Kangs. We clearly saw them etched on the wall. Then we saw full body statues of the Kangs, and that is just very interesting because it sets up Kang to make his entrance potentially in this series before Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Second thing is that one shot of Black Widow sitting on what seems to be Vormir. It gets all of us asking questions. What is freaking going down? What relevance does that shot have to the rest of this entire series? So there, we have that, and then the other main thing is Loki calling on his brother and Heimdall to save him at the end of this trailer, in which they do. So those were the three big takeaways or three big moments that happened in this trailer. And again, this I wasn't expecting this from this Loki trailer, man. I wasn't expecting this Loki trailer to be one of the biggest things we got out of Marvel's Disney Investor Day presentation. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section down below, did you guys enjoy this breakdown video for this Loki trailer? And let me know in the comment section down below, what part of this trailer stood out to you the most and gets you excited the most for this upcoming Loki series. With that being said, guys, make sure to turn on post notifications to get notified when I post videos like this, because I'm going to be non-stop posting more videos about all of the madness that went down at Marvel's Disney Investor Day presentation. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time!